Hey, it's Genevieve. I know I haven't really posted any videos in a while. It's been about a month since I moved to Japan, so there's been a lot going on, just like basic things like setting myself up, getting Wi-Fi, things like that. And so I thought I'd start out this video with the 5 things I've noticed since I've been here. Things that are probably quite common, quite familiar to people who have moved abroad before, especially to countries that don't speak a language that they know or aren't necessarily fluent in. Maybe it's just a different language. Or maybe it's just interesting, for people who are thinking about moving abroad. These 5 things tend to happen. They're not necessarily negative, but it's just, side effects of what happens when you move abroad in the first month there. So let's see. Number 1, I'm tired all the time. It's, yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it has to do with the fact that everything here just requires extra effort. Like you're not used to things. I'm not used to like how things work in Japan. Just like hearing Japanese every day, using the language, it slowly makes you more and more tired that day. You're using the brain more than you normally would. So without even realizing it, you just end up really exhausted by the end of the day. And like the work as well at school is my first full-time job. It's not like I haven't had like long hours before, but it's just, waking up every morning to go to school, it makes you tired. It makes you tired. I just want some sleep. I want some good night's sleep, but yeah. Plus, I mean, why? Why is this? Alright, my apartment is located right next to this high school with a crazy ass baseball team. I mean, like, I don't know when they eat, sleep, go home, study, do whatever. They're always there, and they're so loud. Like, I think the earliest I've seen them there is 6:45 a.m. And this is on the weekend, They're still there on the weekend. So on the weekend when you think you can sleep in, no, they're there doing their whole like "onegaishimasu, ohayou gozaimasu," like it's crazy. Ah, yeah, they're intense, but maybe one day they'll be world champions. You never know. Don't underestimate these crazy Japanese kids. So number 2, the small things. The small things here. Small things that are different compared to back home. Like what you're used to. Some things that you just don't understand why they do them this way. I think if you ever experience living abroad, you probably have something like this, like a pet peeve, you could say, about the country that you're now living in your new home. My major pet peeve is the freaking ATM machines. Um, so the ATM machines in Japan, they have service hours. It's not just like 24 hours like it is like in the US or the UK or most other countries I've been to. If you go to a bank's ATM, uh, oftentimes it's only open from like 7 a.m. maybe to 9 p.m., sometimes to 7 p.m., and that's on the weekdays. On the weekend, they have like weekend hours. Or if they are still open, they charge you weekend fees. So it's like you can't even go to your own bank without getting charged extra just because you went on a weekend. Or maybe you went too late. And of course, they have 24-hour ATMs in the convenience stores, but they charge you even more money to use them. So, I mean, like, just why? Why do ATMs need business hours? Who runs them? Is there like some man inside that you can't see? I don't understand. But anyways, yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that. So number 3, when you move to a new country, and you're getting set up, obviously it depends on the country you move to, but I've noticed I've been missing some foods from back home, back from the US, some foods that we had in England that were good, and just in addition to missing foods, I miss the prices that they were. In Japan, a lot of vegetables and fruits tend to be pretty expensive. I don't know why. I miss being able to have like broccoli often. I mean, I can still have broccoli. I mean, it's not like it's ridiculously expensive here, but it's just, it's like twice the amount I'm used to. Like back in the UK, broccoli like at Tesco's is like what 49 pence or something, 50 pence. Like that's really good prices, and it's a good full head of like broccoli. That's maybe like 75 cents or something, maybe even less with the current exchange rate. But in Japan, broccoli, and it's not even like a big head of broccoli. It's like a maybe a small head of broccoli. It's maybe, I don't know, like $2 or something, about like approximately. I don't understand why it's so expensive. Maybe it's like the importing fees, it's because they grow it here. I mean, like, in addition to broccoli, like melon is freaking expensive. Like, oh my goodness, if you want to make someone's day, get them some melon. Like, they will love you. It's like top tier fruit. Gotta get some melons. Yeah. So that's another thing. Just missing food. Like, I guess that was more about food prices, to be honest. But, you know, foods you miss. What foods do I miss? Like, I miss granola. This is something I miss, granola. They do have like some types of granola here, but it's just not the same. It's a lot different. I miss almond milk. This is something I like a lot. I really like almond milk. They do have like cow's milk here, which is fine. I don't mind cow's milk, but at the same time, Japanese cow's milk isn't quite like what it is in the US and England. It's a bit different. And so they only have like whole milk, which isn't bad, but then they have like this weird diet milk, which I don't even want to get into. It's nasty. I don't, ugh. But yeah, just like other things like that. The food, you know. But on the bright side, there's a lot of really good Japanese food, so, you know, lots of good new things to try. I've tried some different ice cream so far. I'll maybe mention that in another video, but yeah, fun things. Alright, so point number 4. Living in a country where you don't necessarily speak the language that well, if at all, you find yourself feeling really incapable of doing things, and it's a bit disheartening. You know, often just like doing basic things that you're used to in your home country requires like extra help from people, and you have to arrange with them to do it, and you kind of just wish you could do it yourself. You know, like simple things like, I don't know, I had to go to the city hall and like fill out some paperwork. I wish I could just do that on my own, but I can't. Someone needs to come help. Or, you know, you get letters in the mail saying you missed a package delivery. You want to call to make a redelivery, but then you can't do that on your own because it's just too complicated. So you have to get someone else to help you. It's nice though, the people here are really kind, so of course they're willing to help you, but it just makes you feel a bit like you're incapable of doing things on your own, even though you're an adult and you've been doing these things for years. But on the bright side, when you are able to do something, it feels really good. It feels really rewarding. It's like, yeah, I did that. Like, I went to the doctor's on my own the other day, and I was really like, okay, can I do this? Like, I went with like a vocab sheet and everything. Like, I know what I need to say. And somehow it worked out all right. Like, they figured out what I needed, they figured out what I was feeling, and like, I got the meds, so like, job well done, me. I'm proud of myself. Pat on the back. Yeah. And point number 5 I want to make, this is probably the biggest thing I miss. The biggest thing, well, I guess personal issue I've been having since living here, and probably I think people have when they do move abroad. It tends to happen, I think, only in the first month. You know, like maybe first few months. As you live in a country longer, I think it fixes itself. But the point I want to make here is social network. You know, your friends and family, people from back home, back at university, back wherever you were living. You I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't just, like, you know, back where I grew up, you know, you just have your friends and your family, they've been there forever. It's really easy, you know, you can hang out with them whenever you want, and, you know, just good to have that support around. And when you go to university, sure, it's a new location, but you're plopped right in just to, like, a sea of people your age with, like, all these activities, all these clubs and societies, you know, like, these options to just, like, meet people, you know, make new friends. You have dorm rooms, you know, things like that. It's great. But here, it's my first time living alone. The people at the workplace are really nice, but to be honest, I'm the youngest person there, and I think the next youngest teacher is maybe like in their late 20s or something. So they have families, you know, they have things to do, and you know, it takes a while trying to like build relationships with people again. Of course, they'll get there eventually, but just for right now, I find myself feeling a bit lonely sometimes. On the bright side, though, there's a great community here of other Jets. That's why I'm on the Jet program. There's a great community of other foreigners that you can hang out with. You know, definitely become friends with some of them. But you know, it's just we're not so close yet. So you miss, you know, that closeness is close people back home. So I find myself Skyping them more often now, which is nice. The internet is a great thing. But yeah, just there are some days where you're just at home. You just want to chill at home, but it'd kind of just be nice to feel like, you know, there's someone else chilling in the next room over. But, yeah, don't have that living alone, so that's what it is. Anyways, those are the 5 points I wanted to mention. I hope this video was, like, interesting to some of you. Have any of you moved to a foreign country before? And, like, what did you feel when you first moved there? Like, did you notice anything, like, Was there anything different that you felt like you liked better back home? Was there anything different that you liked better in the country you moved to? Did you also miss friends and family? I don't know. Anything. Feel free to leave in the comments section. I'm curious to know how everyone else felt about moving abroad. But yeah, anyways, hope you liked the video and see you again. Bye!